Hello and welcome back to Tsukihime. My name is Baby Dennis, and last time, Shiki's kind of going out of control. He can't seem to contain his urges, and he's trying to lock himself in his room for the entire day so that he doesn't let them overtake him. But Kohaku basically at the end of the day is like, Shiki, you gotta eat something. I'm gonna come in now. So she comes into the room and Shiki attacks her, unfortunately killing her. But then she gets back up. It's really weird because she turns into a zombie. Shiki freaks out and he explores basically the mansion and finds that Akiha and Hisui are both dead. Ooh, he's disgusted of himself. He goes to the park and tries to end it all, but he's not able to do it. So he calls Ciel to hopefully find someone to confide in, just to basically be met with a battle-ready armored Ciel, who's going to basically kill him because she's like, you are turning, I understand how you feel, but you can't be allowed to live. So it seems like they're about to fight, but I decided to go back and do all the choices that I couldn't do before, which basically stemmed from not listening to Noelle or not doing what she wanted us to do, which is to kill the vampires. So I'm currently working on that. I actually noticed that there was another spot where I didn't do yet, but I'll get to that later. So I'm gonna head into it. Okay, we are on day 13, Mirage, but this is the version where Shiki doesn't kill everyone, I think. Yes. So right now in the flowchart, we are on the right side because Shiki is not going super duper crazy. He's still going super duper crazy, but at least the people in his family are still alive. So yeah, let's see. The hours flow thick, hot, and slow like molten metal. Like, yeah, it's the same thing. I guess I'll read the parts that aren't similar. Oh! We're greeted by Hisui instead of Kohaku because Hisui's still alive. Oh, whoa. I like how some dialogues are still the same. So they're like, yeah, you don't need to read all this. It's kind of weird because they're like, yeah, we'll just play all the Hisui lines. Everything else is, all his other thoughts are still the same. If you've ever turned into one, okay, yourself, cry and scream like a miserable wretch, blubber pitifully that you don't want to as you slit your own throat. Oh my god, this is so weird, man. Shiki-sama. Oh, meanwhile, Hisui is very concerned, while Kohaku was like, oh, Shiki, what are you doing? I might actually just keep this entire thing in, not like, you know. Oh my god, I just noticed they showed the picture of Kohaku. Wait, actually, yeah, they showed Kohaku instead. I'm pretty sure that was the apron, or maybe it was indistinguishable enough so it could be either or to win. Okay, the hour hand creeps past 10. Finally, she gives up and leaves. Multiple women take turns knocking at the door, but I ignore them all. Ah, okay. Okay, so this time Kohaku comes to the room. This is the other choice I was mentioning. Last time I actually don't remember what I chose last time, but I think I tried to turn Kohaku away. This time I'm gonna have Kohaku leave my dinner at the door. That was the other choice I didn't do in the other route. The door creaks open. It's all over. Yelling at her now won't stop her from coming in. Then I'll have to have her leave my dinner at the door. I'm spent. My body feels like all life has been sucked out of it, and I haven't eaten anything all day. I can't wait any longer. If I don't throw up the sickness that has taken root in me, I'll never be able to think straight. My breathing grows harder. Hurry! I need to expunge this newborn presence in my head before it consumes the rest of me.
Shiki-san, 中に入りますからね。ってどうなされたんですか、これ?
Oh, look at this place. What have you done, Shiki? Her eyes widen as she takes in the scored walls and dismembered furniture, but her smile doesn't fade. There's no shadow of fear in her sweet features. No trace of wariness in her all too vulnerable figure. Her porcelain skin, which may have been sculpted for the sole purpose of driving men, glows with raw vitality. Okay, that is the same as last time. Hurry! Hurry! Hurry!
Shiki-san, これはあんまりです。
This won't do, Shiki.
気が立ってしまう時は誰にだってあると存じていますが、これはちょっとやりすぎだと思いますよ。
You wouldn't want to turn people into zombies, right? Bad luck. This woman is no stranger for taking care of the sick. She approaches me cautiously but gently, never dropping her kind smile for a second. I must not be the first beast that she had to retreat. A pale finger touches my shoulder, filled with pulsing blood, radiating gentle warmth, and sparks burst in the back of my head. No, he's gonna do it again? Really? Really? Wait. What? I thought I did all that stuff to prevent her from him from attacking her. Yeah, he sinks his teeth in deep. Wait. No, she's still What? I thought we avoided this. I must be broken. Broken beyond repair. This is as far as I go. I don't think I can stay sane anymore. Out. I have to get out. If I stay here, I'm gonna kill Kohaku. And if I stay in the mansion, I'll do the same to Aki and Hisu. Wait. I thought he... Okay, so this time... he keeps... No, he still kind of chokes her, but I guess she didn't die? I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea what's happening. I have to get away before the urges come back. I have to lock myself away. I have to find somewhere to lock myself away or I'll go mad again. Or is this all gonna be a vision? I'm going... Oh. Huh. It's very odd. I'm just gonna look at the flowchart real quick. So I did do everything here. Now it's back to the present pretty much. But counting down, I won't be stopped. My thirst is unbearable when I come to. So Kohaku still dies in this one. Ooh. Okay then. That is interesting. Oh, I haven't seen what she's seen. What? We have one extra line here. Okay. It was skipping through, but I guess not this. Never felt the pain of killing someone I love with my own hands. I hope I never will. Oh. Okay, at least in this time, he's knocked out Kohaku. But this line basically confirms that he didn't do anything further. I guess he's managed to stop himself before he bit into Kohaku, so that's why she didn't turn into a zombie this time. And when they had like the sensor thing, it wasn't Kohaku's corpse, it was her body. So yeah, he basically strangled her, knocked her out, and left before he could do any more damage. Okay, so they're still here in this route. Okay. But she does. Maybe that's enough of a reason to want to end it, to be done with it all. Okay. Okay. So we're back here. This is where I'm going to make a save and go back to the other route. I feel like the other route is going to have some more dire consequences. I decided to have like two routes where I followed Noelle and I didn't follow Noelle in terms of like the killing the other vampire stuff. But at the very least, I've gotten all the stuff up until now. At least I think I did. I think I did everything. Hopefully that didn't take too long. It was like maybe an extra 8 or 9 minutes. All right. Well, I'll see you on the other side. Just to confirm, we are currently on the left side where Shiki killed a whole bunch of people. All right. So now it seems like we're going to fight CL. I don't have time to think. Dodge forward or dodge. What was the line before this? I think she was approaching. Dodge backwards? I feel like we're supposed to dodge forward because a lot of times, even in like Souls games, when you dodge forward, you're able to basically intercept them. But if you dodge backwards against someone who is significantly more, what's the right word? Fit than you, you're not gonna run away. I leap backwards. Sensing danger, I decide to retreat. In a single bound, I put several meters between us. Huh? I'm the only one surprised. CL's face is impassive as she pursues me, bayonet at the ready. Whee! I break for the edge of the crater where a slope of debris leads up to the ground level. It's terrifying how agile I've become. I speed through the air like a bullet. At this pace, there's no way she can catch me. Last words. And then abruptly, I stop. Yeah, so like, exactly what I said. He tried to run away, but he's up against someone who's physically superior than him, so he's not gonna be able to run away. I know he's like part vampire now, but she's had so much experience fighting vampires, and it's just not gonna work. No signal from my brain, no obstruction, not even inertia is responsible. My body simply halts in place. I urge myself forward, but my legs won't listen. Nor can I turn my body. The soles of my feet are rooted to the earth. No. What? Still facing forward, I turn my head around. I see black keys stuck in the rubble behind me. Oh, so she already set up a barrier. It's a thin blade, neatly pinning my shadow. It must be keeping me glued to the ground. Oh, okay. I strain to move my legs, but they won't budge a single millimeter. The image of a dog caught in a bear trap comes to mind, as I struggle in vain. Hi, Shiki!
浅はかですね。逃げるにしても、もう少しうまいやり方があったでしょうに。
Damn, look at her in her, like, outfit. Oh, you can see the number. What is the number? I'm not sure what the number is actually on her weapon. And it's crossed out. Because, like, usually when they're, read Roman numerals, that would be like a 3, but 3 wouldn't be written that way. The bow of the church arrives.
体まで吸血鬼化しているあなたを外に出すだけにはいきません。
I shall purify your soul.
その魂を断罪します。
Or condemn it. Fuck you. Uh-oh. Her stake drive. I'm still thinking that she's gonna shove it up Shiki's butt. It's gonna be like, ah! Her stake driver rears back for the killing blow. Kind of think of it, something similar to that happened in Chaos Head. And it was actually very disturbing. You know what? I don't want to imagine that. Not wanting to provoke her prey, perhaps. The executor slips smoothly out of my field of view.
さようなら。せめてこれで。
With a whisper, almost too quiet to hear. She presses her gun to my vampire heart and pulls the trigger on her sensor. Ew. The report rings through my bones like a church bell. Blood from my pulverized organs spray out of my mouth. Yeah, he did. Those are the sacraments. A blast of light cleaves my brain in two. In my last moments, I see an old book within me, its pages scattering as I fade away. I'm really curious about this bad end because we're gonna see CL Sensei, right? And she's gonna be like, huh, you shouldn't have fucked up, Shiki, even though she was the one who killed us, you know? And, alright, this should be number 16? 17? 17. Alright, let's see it. Whoosh, doo, 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 doo. Okay, we're in the afternoon now, nearing evening. Actually, we're straight up in the evening. Yeah, about that, Shiki. I was just doing my job. I was trying to put you out of your misery, you know. Yeah.
おっと、ヒロインとの殺し合いは初めてか？まあ、落ち着けよ、ボーイ。
Wait, is this true? Did Arkwood never kill Shiki? Oh shit. No, she's never killed Shiki. Neko Arc is right. Oh my god. Arkwood threatened Shiki a lot and used her eyes and everything, but she never actually killed him, I think. I'm gonna have to go back and check, but she's right. CL's like,
悲しいけど、これがシールなんだ。容赦のないスパイシーモンスターなんだ。
Spicy monster.
主人公におかれましては、あと2、3回くらい。ちょっとコンビニ行くくらいの気持ちでデッドエンドを迎えていただければ。
You're gonna die.
そうですね。軽々に敵に背中を見せてはいけません。撤退するなら、 せめて相手の体勢くらいは崩しておきましょう。
Look at those stats! 7 CL. Oh my gosh, he's maxed out. I believe this is Final Fantasy. I'm not sure because, to be honest, I haven't played much Final Fantasy growing up. I was a Nintendo boy. Oh yeah, for sure, that's Final Fantasy. Flee! Unable to flee.
ガラ空きの背中なんてただの的ですから、スピードで負けているならなおさらです。
Right? Slower.
戦闘経験は相手の方が圧倒的に上なので、こ
I'm just better than you.
こは奇抜な発想。あるいは決死の選択で立ち向かってください。
It's a gimmick fight. You gotta do something else.
大丈夫。ここを切り抜ければきっとチャンスはありますよ。
Fight. Yeah.
この圧倒的戦力差ですげえこと言ってんなこのインド。
Nekoharuka's like, you serious? Look at the stat difference. Look at it.
生きろ、メガネ。
At least he'll still have 2 HP. I wonder why he has lower MP. I guess maybe he tried to use a special move. I don't know. Anyways, before going back in, I actually do want to check out the gallery to look at the flowchart. I just want to see, has Arkwood ever killed us? Yeah, no, Arkwood's straight up never killed us. Neko was right. Holy crap! That is kind of wild. I didn't think about that. Oh, well, anyways, back in we go. Just making sure I have the right timeline. No, actually, when I click continue, it loaded up the other one. I guess the other one would be the true route then, because otherwise it wouldn't load this one up. Now I should be in the right one. All right, cool. All right, I'm glad I made the right choice there to die. Dodge forward. From my low slung stance, I break into a desperate sprint. Just like, whoa, I can't turn around. My every impulse tells me that if I do, I'll find my heart skewered before I can even blink. You're kind of right there. The barrel of her weapon just avoids grazing my head. Being so close and so low saves my life. Diving beneath the mouth of her stake driver by a hair's breadth, I shift my weight to the side just as my foot hits the ground. Correct course, or crash straight into her. While I briefly consider tackling her to the ground, I reject the idea. If she's strong enough to lift all that weight by herself, pulling her into a wrestling match would be suicidal. True. Instead, I angle myself sideways beneath her arm. She's like Arkwood strength. She's lifting up like bedrock. As I pass by her, she suddenly becomes a blur. For a moment, she seems to have disappeared entirely. She plants her foot down hard and wrenches her weapon's immense weight into a horizontal sweep. Wait, what's that rock? It beats the air into submission with a brain-rattling boom. Whoa! In an instant later, I find myself launched a dozen meters backwards into a mound of rubble. Oh, thanks for helping me escape. She lets out a dissatisfied tut as she glares at me. My left arm aches. I can't comprehend what I'm seeing. My forearm's bent at an impossible angle. Its bones pulverized. From the shoulder to the wrist, the flesh of my outer arm has been stripped away, as if worn down by a giant file. But because he's a vampire, he's going to recover.
首をかばって腕一つですか。何もしなければ今ので楽にしてあげたのに。
首をかばって。
I don't remember doing that. My body must have moved instinctually to cover itself before my brain could catch up. And this is the result. Half my arm shredded and my forearm crushed into powder. It's chilling to see my own body so brutally damaged. But what's even more terrifying is that I'm ready to fight on regardless, both mentally and physically.
ナイフ抜かないんですか。
She looks almost bored. I'm no threat to her. Just pray that she can kill at her leisure. The pain from my arm finally makes its way through my nervous system. It feels like my ruptured veins are pumping septic blood straight into my brain. I almost white out from the agony. Actually, come to think of it, in Arkwood's route, day 13 was the last major day. Does that mean That means I'm really close to the end, right? Oh shit. You know, that's actually really cool. But I've been enjoying this game a lot. Ciel simply stares at me, cold as ever. You ripped off half my arm and you have nothing to say? Do you have a goddamn clue how much this hurts? How dare you? How dare you? How dare you?
先輩がその気なら
I grip my knife tightly in my pocket.
こっちだってザマさん
Let's do this. I feel the cold hardness of the handle.
殺されてなんかやるもんか
And with a small shink, oh damn, you can actually see him whip out his knife. I slat out its blade.
バカですかあなたは。
Oh! Teleports behind you. In a fraction of a second, Ciel explodes into nothingness. Whoa! No, that's not right. She bursts into motion, so low slung, practically skimming the rubble, that she vanished from sight until she was right before my eyes, like a lizard slithering across the ground. In a blink of an eye, she closes the 6 meters between us. Even knowing she's there, I still can't process what her body's doing. I reflexively jerk my head backwards, casting my gaze down to her feet as I do. And in the heartbeat that takes, her stake rises from below and to skewer my throat with aching precision. Whoa! Breath bursts from my lungs. Okay, I'm still breathing. But what about pain? Can I feel pain? Alright, there it is. Ah! And I'm still conscious, more or less. Now, what about the rest of my body? Black blood sprays across the rubble. I trace it back to the gaping hole in my left shoulder. Only then do I realize what just happened. Ciel missed my neck and speared my shoulder instead. Oh, okay. I thought she got the neck. I'm like, that's gonna hurt. Pain. Pain so sickening, I don't even recognize it as pain. But I'm still alive, against all odds. I'm in one piece, and I brought myself some distance. The acrid smell of gunpowder rises from my shoulder. She must have pulled the trigger as her bayonet struck home. The blast would have then launched me backwards, opening up some space between us.
2度続くということは偶然ではありませんね。その出血でもショック死しないということは精神だけでなく肉体まで変態済みなのでしょう。
I've seen a lot of blood when I slice someone to 17 pieces. Clank. The tip of her weapon drops to the ground. The stake that pierces my shoulder dissolves into pages and and scatters on the wind. They're literally made of Bible pieces. That's what we saw before. You shot me with paper? That's nonsense. But that nonsense almost killed me. It's so horrific I could drop to the ground right here and beg for forgiveness. My shoulder's on fire. Searing pain threatens to devour my whole body. It feels like my bones are being roasted to ash. Voice rises in my head, telling me that the torture device she wields is toxic to the touch. I'm a dead man walking. Immortality won't save me. He's going to kill me no matter what I do. My brain flickers with terror, pain, confusion, and anxiety. Is it death itself I'm afraid of? Someone else inflicting it? The pain that will accompany it? Or the weapon that will deliver it? So terrible that the sight of it alone wants to make me cry and plead for dispensation. I don't know. All my attention is consumed by the executor's cold eyes and monstrous implements in her hand. She pulls the slide back with a crisp click. Oh, that does sound really crisp. She loads another round, then readies her weapon once more. I should be dead twice over. Surviving 2 hits from that thing is a miracle. A third would be too much to hope for. I picture the muzzle leveled at my face, the squeeze on the trigger, the iron spike blasting through the back of my skull. The thought is not so much as terrifying as disgusting. Death is always demeaning, vulgar, grotesque, no matter what form it takes. My life is precious. I don't want to subject it to that. Is that the root of my fear? I don't know. I can only deride my lack of an answer. Through all the death I've seen, I've never spared a thought for the cranker it exudes. I concern myself with only with death, never the process of dying. But there are worse terrors, such as a life spent in perpetual fear of death, never realizing that being blown to bits would be a mercy by comparison. Oh, he's considering now. He's like, if I keep prolonging this, I'll just keep being in pain and keep being fearful of death when I could just die. The pain in my shoulder drags me back to reality. None of that matters right now. I have to get out of here. If I want to live, I have to focus on finding a way to...
メガネ外さないんですか？
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Huh? An astonished grunt escapes my lips. Why on earth would she ask me that? If I take off my glasses, I'll be able to see her lines of death. And if I do that, there's a chance, however minuscule, that I could kill her.
何を言うんですか?
And even after everything, he doesn't want to hurt her. Her eyes burn with anger. Anger hot enough to set the very air ablaze.
付き合っていられません。いいですから。もう死んでください。
Just die for me, please. She drops down low. Here she comes. It's obvious she means to dash at me again, but she moves so fast I can barely see her. My only option is to run. Fortunately, we're further apart this time. If I sprint as far as I can take cover in the rubble. With the collapsed masonry blocking her line of sight, I'll be able to find somewhere to hide. There's not much left of the underground cathedral, but some of these surrounding passages are still intact. I was like, passengers? What? Time to move. If we can just make it. Oh, got your got your back, not your shadow. Whoa! My back. Something is lodged in my back. Son of a... I slumped face first to the ground. So close. Just a little further I would have made it. I pushed myself to my feet with one hand. One of the executor's needle-like swords has impaled me. Get out! Get out of my head! And my back! I wrench it free. In a fit of rage, I drag it out through my chest. Ooh! Dragged it out the other way. Luckily, the wound has gone numb, so there's no pain to endure. Alright, now I can get to safety.
逃げてどうするつもりですか?
Nope! But before I can move, her voice rings out from behind me.
まだわからないんですか? あなたは今どのくらいの速さで走ったと思っているんです。致命傷を受けてどうして死なないでいるんです。
I'm built different? Yeah, you literally are now, and that's the reason I have to kill you.
あなたは箱の中のマウスと変わらない。なのにまだ何から逃げ出そうと言うんですか?
I look down at the blades I just pulled out of myself. The hole in my chest isn't even bleeding. I really have lost my last shred of humanity. My mind goes white. Don't let her trick you. Don't let her trick you. She's only ever tried to deceive you. Don't listen to a word she says, or you're as good as dead. Ignore her. Even if she's telling the truth, it doesn't matter. Just shut it all out. It's your only chance.
もうどこにも逃げ場なんてないんです。あなたには戦うか殺されるかの道しかない。けれど、戦うことができないのなら、あとはもう死ぬしかない。
Crunch, crunch, crunch. My executioner approaches, her footsteps deliberately loud.
せめてあがいたらどうですか? 私を殺せば一日は生きながらえる。そんなありえない希望を見ながら無様に死ぬのがあなたにはお似合いです。
I wonder...
今さら格好つけなくていいですよ。
I wonder if CL knows whether or not Shiki can kill her with his mystic eyes, because she's quote-unquote immortal, but he can bypass that. He's able to kill Roa, aka killing CL, right? Oh, it just occurred to me. If Roa dies, CL just turns back to a normal girl, right? because quote unquote normal. She'll still be like a little bit supernatural, but she won't have her immortality anymore. I thought if Roa died, Ciel dies, but if you think about it, in the other route, she was the one who quote unquote finished off Roa. Or actually, no, we killed his soul, but then she finished the job and she didn't die. She was still there. So yeah, she's not gonna die if Roa dies immediately, at least.
あなたは無邪気に目の前の餌に飛びついて自滅するんですから。ほら、学校ではいつだってそうしていたでしょ。
Oh, that's a reason why he was so active at trying to pounce at her. Oh.
だからやめろって言ってるだろ。
Darn, I thought it was just Shiki being affectionate, but I guess honestly, from what we know about Shiki, he doesn't really do that. It's a little bit out of character, but yeah. I leap into the air. Even with my arm mangled, my shoulder punctured, my back impaled, I feel light as a feather. At a speed that to match hers, I launch myself 20 meters to the side of this crater and come down, breathing hard, in a ruined building. Huh, okay. I'm confused. He launched himself to up the side of the crater. I thought he launched himself back into the crater. I'm like, why is there a building? I run. No time to think. I just run blindly trying to get away. Go, Shiki, go. But I can't go much further. My lungs cry for air. My arm is hanging on by a thread. Don't worry, you'll heal. My leg catches on something, sending me tumbling to the ground. The hole in my back is fully healed, but my left arm and shoulder are still mangled. Her stake driver must have done something to them. I can think of no solutions, no countermeasures. All I know is that the left side of my body has stopped functioning. I try to push myself one-handed, but only end up falling comically on my face. Oh, he's moving rubble. I thought that was the sound of his arm regrowing. I rolled onto my back and inch across the ground until I reach the wall. Sitting upright is as much as I can manage before I run out of strength. I lift up my chin, exposing my throat, and gulp down the air. Tsukihime. Moonlight filters down through a gap in the wall. This must be the price of forcing my body and mind past their limits. In the moonlight haze, everything seems like a shell of itself. Ah, now I see. Whether I'm Roa or not hardly matters in the end. Either way, I'm just an empty husk. Just a nameless nobody from who knows where that someone labeled Shiki Tohno. A bolt of pain shoots through my shoulder. Maybe. If I had just been sure of myself as I am sure of this pain, perhaps things wouldn't have come to this. Is he saying that if he had a better sense of identity, Roa wouldn't have been able to take over as easily? But because he's experienced death and he feels like he's on borrowed time, and he doesn't feel like he quote unquote really deserves to live, or at least living is a privilege. His sense of self is a little bit skewed. Is that that's how I'm interpreting it? Flashbacks. For as long as I can remember, I thought I was Shiki Tohno. Oh yeah, that too. But I'm not really, just some unidentified child who took his place. That isn't particularly tragic in of itself. It's no basis for hatred or regret. The real tragedy is my lack of a single memory from my old life before the Tohnos took me in. No, worse than tragedy, it's a farce. Ah, okay, that's why. He's like, everything I knew is just not true. I thought I was Shiki Tohno, but actually, I was just an adopted child. I don't even know who my parents were. I don't actually remember my childhood well. Everything was fabricated, so like, I'm not myself. I'm Shiki Tohno, but that's not me. Ah, okay, that's what it is. After all, it only goes to show that I was never really anyone at all. Nah, you are yourself. You're yourself enough for Akiha to want to bring you back. Yeah. High in the night sky, the moon shines alone. How strange. Why didn't I notice it before? Just how beautiful.
けど笑うのはちょっと難しい。
It might be a farce, but it's poor comedy. Did my life mean anything at all in the end? Even now, on the verge of disappearing, I don't have the slightest idea of who I was. What a sick joke. Everything's a haze now. What a sick joke. A world filled with death. A vision filled with death. A day 7 years ago. Master set me on the path up to a normal life. I still wish we got to see her more. I really miss Aoko. I still think our meeting was worthwhile.
でもさ、先生。
Aww.
俺は生きてちゃいけない人間だったみたいだ。
There's no saving me now. When it comes down to it, I ought to kill myself now, while I still have the capacity for such thoughts. But I can't. I can't take my own life, shameful and wrong as it may be. I want to live! If I die, I'll be making liars of both of us. So no matter how sinful it is, no matter what it costs me, I want to live. Oh, does that mean you're a liar in the other ending when you got skewered? Maybe it's more about taking your own life for Shiki. If only. If only CL had stayed by my side, I would have been willing to lose everything else. Aww. That's the only reason I've held out for this long, but now my suffering is finished. It's been 6 years, although I'm not sure if that's too long or not long enough.
嘘つき。
I'd rather she said nothing than that. Thank you, Tohno. I finally fulfilled my duty. All I have left to do is tie up a few loose ends.
嘘。
Though perhaps there was a grain of truth at the bottom of it all. She might have misled me, but never once. Thank you, truly, for everything that you've done. Shall we shake hands one last time? It's been a long while since I've last felt this happy.
もう嘘つき。
Never once did she lie to me. Try not to be too mean to Inoue in my absence. I wish I could keep pretending to be a high schooler like the two of you. The CL I knew never existed. But her smile, at least, was real, or so I would believe. Still, there's no denying reality. Her whole persona was a fiction, crafted to bring her within killing range of her target. She tricked me. She'd never forgiven me for a second. Her saving me when I had nowhere else to go. Walling away the hours with me at school. Is that a phrase? It was just to confirm that I was Roa. I clenched my jaw. My molars grind together at the back of my mouth. He basically got catfished, man.
畜生。
Damn it. I claw at the wall in regret. Yes, she deceived you. She calculated her every action to get close to you.
それなのに。
I claw at the wall in sadness. Ugh. In spite of it all.
俺は先輩を憎めない。
How could I? Whether it was real to her, I enjoyed our time together. Nothing. Whether. Oh, is that a typo? Whether or it was real to her. I don't know. Nothing can take that away from me. Not even 2 weeks have passed since we met, but I've never felt so happy to be alive.
畜生。
But in the end, it was all in my head. My eyelids grow heavy. My chest burns, not with hatred or anger, but with regret. The world blurs around me. Up above, the moon shines a dazzling white. You know, because I associate the moon in this story with Arcuid, I'm like wondering if she's gonna appear. She literally just said, "You like CL more than you like me, clearly. So I'm just gonna fuck off." A sea of silence amidst the gray rubble. Softly, it wavers in the night air. Nothing is real. It's all an illusion I can never touch. A fleeting mirage forever out of reach. Crunch. I want to look at the flowchart for now. Okay. So, man, part of me still can't believe that this could potentially be like the canon route. I'm a little bit doubtful now because, you know, first of all, everyone is dead. And also because when I click continue, I actually went to the path on the right. Maybe that has to do with my save slots, though. I'm not sure. Crunch. Crunch. Dry footsteps sound across the seabed. The moonlight casts my executioner's shadow across the broken earth. My back is against the wall. I only have seconds before she finds me. At least I've got things straight in my head now. So now that that's settled... Wait, can I think that was Roa's voice. Can I kill her? Wait, my voice doesn't sound like my own. If you don't want to die, kill her. If you think you're in the right, murder her. Do it. Dismember her, dissect her, cut her, tear her, slash her, rip her, stab her, gut her. Do it, 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 do it! Oh, my brain! I really don't have much longer. My brain is starting to scramble again. But I still don't want to die. Which means there's only one thing to do. Crunch, crunch. Okay, wait. What can he do? He doesn't want to kill himself. But... I don't know. Crunch, crunch. The footsteps are getting louder. My moment of judgment is fast approaching. Aren't you gonna take off your glasses? She knew exactly what she was asking when she said that. So I get another choice. Oh! I can't go down. Oh! That's what's gonna be. Oh, okay, I see. So in the other route, I'll have the choice to not take my glasses off. But here I am forced to take my glasses, which leads me into a bad end. That's what I'm assuming. Ah, okay. Because I was like, this really feels like it's gonna be a bad end, but it keeps going. So okay, gotcha. I take off my glasses. The final hammer falls inside my head. So in this one, I guess Roa takes over because the killing impulse has come out. I killed them. Oh, it's also this thing. I killed them. Wait, if this is the I killed them option, then would I be able to choose this in the other route? I guess I'll have to check that later. They trusted me. I killed my own family, and I didn't realize. All because I valued my life over theirs. If so... Nothing matters. Let it all be a bad dream. A mirage. Oh! That's the name. That's the title drop. Mirage. I see. I rise to my feet, clenching my knife. The footsteps grow louder still. A tangible sign of my enemy's approach. With every step, a voice rings in my head. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Do it, do it, do it, do it. Do it, do it, do it, do it. Shut up. I muster all my willpower and shout it out, shout it down. Damn. It's my choice, not yours. He solidified his own personality that way. Do it. Do Let me do this my way. Okay, I'll shut up. I'll take control of you later when you can't help it. The voice goes silent. I hear a final crunch, and I see a shadow looming over me. The executor appears at last.
ようやく戦う気になったんですね。
Her death spot is on her boob. Alright, so it's also across her stomach for one of the lines. Okay. She doesn't have too many weaknesses. Honestly, I thought Shiki was gonna take off his glasses earlier and break her weapon. Kill her weapon, as there are clearly many spots. Her voice is oddly comforting.
よかった。 これでお互いに罪はありません。互いに殺し合うという条件なら、私たちの罪は相殺されます。あとは、生き残った者に罰が残るだけです。
I don't know if that's how it works. Nullifying our sins with our own deaths? I can't imagine a more alien idea.
けど、残った方の罰は償えるんですか？
ええ。果たすことのできる代償行為を罰と言います。消え去ってくれないものは罪だけです。ですから、そんなもの、今さら背負いたくはないでしょ。
She sounds like she has emotions, but they erased the irises from her, or not the light from her eyes. She takes a step closer.
それじゃあ、ここで先輩を殺すことは罪じゃないのか？
はい。私はあなたを殺します。
Hey, at least she's consistent with that. I respect that.
だからあなたも私を殺していい。条件は同じです。
Yeah, I hate it when people are like, I kill people for fun, but when they're about to die, like, no, I want to live. Like the two people that Noelle want us to kill. They killed a whole shit ton of people, but when they were on the executioner's block, they were just like, no, 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 I didn't do anything wrong. Nah. Another step. I mean, and now I think about it, it sounded like I just agreed with Noelle, and that's what got me on this this fucking spot in the first place. She's wrong. We aren't the slightest bit equal. I'm trying to kill her to defend myself, because I'll die if I don't. But that isn't true for her. She came here with unrequited murderous intent. Unrequited, yeah. Or so she kills me. Pit goes to black.
さよなら。これでくだらなかった芝居に幕を下ろしましょう。
Yes, let's zoom in on her body. Whoosh! A final step. The tip of her bayonet speeds towards my chest. With only a second to act, I lash wildly at the point of death over her right lung. I can't tell who hit who. I never thought for a moment that I might kill her. Her stake should have gone through my heart before she even stepped into range. Ah, so it hardly seems real when my blade sails past her gun, unimpeded, and softly finds its mark.
Senpai.
So she gave that win to Shiki. Huh. It's as if she let it happen.
あなたに私を殺させてしまった。
Her lips part in a dying whisper.
それが一番大きな私の罪でした。
Oh. With a tear-streaked sob, she summons the last of her strength to drive her bayonet into my chest. She's going for the double KO. Ooh. That was really loud. You've killed me, and now this is your punishment. Blood from my ruptured heart surges up my throat. I fall to the ground, coughing up my own lifeblood. A motionless lump lies in front of me. Ciel's body, the light already faded from its eyes. She could have totally killed Shiki, but she is on a journey to basically die, which is honestly really sad. And she understands that it's only fair for Shiki to have a chance to killing her if he decides to act that way. Like if he actually wants to take off his glasses, wield the knife, it's only fair that he kill her if she kills him. You knew, didn't you? You knew all along that if either of us was a sinner, it was you. My limbs go steadily numb. My blood ceased to circulate. I have seconds at most. In the moment her stake pierced my heart, I felt a sensation like pages scattering, as though a book deep inside my chest had disintegrated at its spine. I don't know what that was, but if I had to guess, I'd say it was Roa being snuffed out. My mind is blank. From the very beginning, she meant to trade her life for mine. That must have been her idea of punishment. What a joke. There's no meaning in her sacrifice, just emptiness.
それでも
I wish she'd been able to apologize. If she just told me that she was sorry, it might have lightened her burden a little. But she couldn't, in the end. She chose not to because she knew no apology could make this right. Aww. When Shiki wanted to hear an apology from CL, CL knew that there's nothing that she could have said to apologize. I'm stunned by the strength of her resolve and disgusted by myself for forcing her to go so far. PJCL!
なんだ結局
I really did love her after all. Here I am on my deathbed, and all I can think about is how much better she deserved. I cough weakly, spit up a little blood, and then it's over. Looking up at the moon, as I did in some lost long memory, which I still don't have the context of, the one in the first 5 minutes of the game, I surrender to the weariness and sleep. Alright, yeah, that's gonna be another... Is it gonna be a... It sounds like a bad end, of course, because he dies, but... Yep, bad end. Okay, that was honestly a very good bad end. It wasn't just like, Shiki died. You should have done something different. I kind of wonder what this one's gonna be. 18, okay. I wonder if they're gonna be like, you know what, you should have just, not taken off her glasses. She might have acted differently. It's like, bitch, I didn't have a choice. I feel like they're gonna mention that, but I'm wondering if they're gonna mention the thing about Noelle.
こんにちは。
Oh, it's you again.
ヘモグロビンは足りていますか？
How are those hemoglobins reserved? You got enough blood? So she was, if I recall, Eco Arc or Echo Arc?
そういう結末もありか。と、一息ついた後の口直しコーナー。
Yeah, you're not gonna feel so good. I'll help you a little bit.
教えてシエル先生の時間です。解説は私、エコアルクと
Echo Arc.
コーナーに咲く一輪の花、ネコアルクでお送りします。
Echo Arc, yeah. What is she doing?
で、シエルはどこ行ったのかにゃ？
You wanna know
あ
where
と
she
言うは
is?
何？
She's fucking dead.
私と同類、つまりいいところのお嬢さんだっつうのはわかるけど。ほら、こういう同一存在ってお互い認識できないものじゃにゃい？自分とは会話できないみたいな、オルタナティブな関係ってあるでしょ？
Mutually exclusive. This is my stage. Get out of here.
そういう世界のルールみたいなの気軽に破るのはやめた方がいいよ。同感です。ですから、私たちはそういうものではない、ということですね。
Whoa, the universe!
時間もありませんので、今回のシーンについて解説をお願いします。
Alright, moment of truth. Also, I kind of wonder if Echo Arc is unique to this game, or if they were also in like the original Tsukihime. Because I know I think Neko Arc was in the original, kind of like here, where they had some bad ends and stuff like that. But Echo Arc looks a little different. Exa 10 level explosion!
コスモ的な圧力ガムかな？でもエコだって名乗ってるしな。まあいいか。私の可能性の一つってことで手を打ちますね。
It's one of my infinite possibilities. Anyways.
今回のメガネくんのシーンはズバリメガネです。
Megane. Okay, yeah. We're definitely gonna tackle that.
メガネキャラがメガネを外していかんだろうという誠に偶話的な教訓ですな。
It's so stupid. So stupid.
なんでメガネを外すと死ぬのかは私にもよくわかる。
IDK TBH. Dong dong.
選択肢がメガネを外すしか選べない方もいるようですが、
その場合はこれまでの行動に問題があったんじゃにゃい。やばいのは吸血鬼だけじゃにゃく、メガネくんの心のあり方も瀬戸際ってこと。一度石につまずくとあれよあれよと元に戻っちゃうわけで。
中立善と中立悪の綱渡りということですね。
Ah, here, neutral good or neutral evil. I'm gonna look back again. Vampires weren't your downfall this time, Four Eyes. The problem is your headspace in the critical moment. Ah, okay. Okay. So what they're saying is not the fact that Shiki killed a whole bunch of other people. It's the fact that, in this timeline, because you make the choice to basically slaughter the other people, you're kind of, they put your alignment more on the chaotic evil side, or not, maybe not chaotic, but on the evil side. So as a result, whenever you encounter moments, you're more likely to make the violent choice. And that's what Shiki did this time. They made it so that, yeah, you're forced to do that choice because you've killed so many people this time and you want to survive.
この先に進めない方は9日目の行動を改めてください。くれぐれもノエルの誘いに乗らないように。
Oh, they actually go directly tell you what it is. Ah, okay.
彼の精神状態が悪くなっていると13日目以降の遠野邸の出来事が変わってしまいます。
Oh yeah, I noticed.
制御できなくなった衝動がある惨劇を起こしてしまうので。
本当かよ。
For real?
おもむろにフローチャートをカンペする私。
That's like 4 days ago.
本当だよ。解説が具体的すぎて目がツートンになる。なんでそこまで知ってるのか怖いけど、その高い知性、やっぱり私じゃん。
Well, you're kind of right, yeah. Is CL 先生 gonna
教え
come
て
in?
シエル先生で
Oh,
した。
never mind.
塩対応にも程がにゃい。
CL didn't come in because she's dead. All right, yeah, that was pretty cool. In that case, I can just click continue because that'll start off on the other route. Aren't you gonna take off your? Oh no. Okay, I'm starting to understand. When you click continue, it just continues your last save. All right. Well, in that case, I'll see you on the other side. All right, just double checking. We are on the right side because that is the correct side. All right, I'll see you when things are a little bit different. All right, now I am at the choice and I'm able to choose the other one. This might sound dumb, but I'm actually going to choose the first one just to try out something because in the other one, we were able to get, his thought process was, I've killed so many people. But here, we haven't killed anyone yet, so I want to see if it's any different. All right, he gets up. No, okay, I gotcha. So basically, he just kind of skips a bunch of stuff. So all the lines regarding like whatchamacallit, killing people, they just remove. So his feelings are still the same, but everything else is the fat has been removed. That being said, is Teach Me CL Sensei still the same? Are they gonna talk about the choice on day 9? I mean that's a big thing. Yeah, they are. Okay, so it's exactly the same. All right. Wait, what? Stop ignoring me like I'm something the cat track did. That was the one line they added in this entire thing. All right. Well, I guess, you know what? I don't want to kill CL. I don't want to take off my glasses. She knew what she was asking, but what's my answer? I lift my trembling fingers to my glasses. A self-destructive impulse seizes me. I hurl the object in my hand with all my might. Somewhere in the darkness, hard metal clatters on stone, but the world remains free of lines. It was my knife that I cast away. My glasses remain on my head, where they'll stay until I die. But I can't trust myself to keep a hold of my knife. I can't shake the sense that a fate worse than death would await me if I did. Shiki doesn't need his knife, though. The knife isn't actually anything special, right? Sure, it says like the 7 Knights thing, but it doesn't actually do anything. It's just a normal knife, so you can just... Hell, you can take a piece of rubble and cut someone up. Finally, she comes. She's still clutching that monstrous weapon, her eyes empty. Actually, clearly she's not in this picture. Her feet comes to a stop in front of me. She could end this now if she wanted. She's hesitant because she's like, I don't feel bad about killing you, even if I die in the process, because you know I'm going to atone for my sins by dying. If you decide to take up your weapon, but now she's like, he's completely resisting, or not. He's resisting the urge to kill her, but also kind of accepting it. Well, in the other death, we were running away, like we were running away from our sins, but here we've kind of accepted it. And yet, she doesn't. We only stare blankly at each other.
一つ聞きますけど、
The tip of her bayonet points towards my chest.
どうしてメガネを外さなかったんです？どうして、ただの一度も私と戦おうとしなかったんです。
She's gonna be like, I still love you and I can't, man.
どうしてって、不思議でもなんでもない。
It didn't even cross my mind.
そんなひどいこと、先輩にはできないだろう。
愚かにも程がある。私はあなたを殺すんですよ。私はあなたの先輩なんかじゃない。すべて嘘だったって、あれだけ言ってまだわからないんですか、あなたは。
She almost spits out the words. Her face remains composed, but her body shudders with rage and irritation.
知ってる。先輩はずっと俺を騙してきた。
Is he gonna say that what she's doing now is an act? Basically, the CL that he knew was genuine, but now she's acting very cold to cover that up so that she's able to do this without Shiki feeling like... Without Shiki holding on to that false love?
シエル先輩なんていう人は初めから嫌しなかったんだって。
Never mind.
分かってる。
分かっているなら、どうして。
いいんだ。俺はすごく楽しかった。先輩と過ごした時間は先輩にとってはどうでもいい時間だったかもしれないけど、俺にとっては大切だった。
Oh, that's still very sweet. Yeah, she brought me something I never should have had. Something I lost sight of in fear of the future, of death. An utterly mundane bit of happiness that I'd given up on long ago. And I'm okay with that. The girl I love might have been a bit of fabrication, but the salvation she brought me was very real.
だからいいんだ。
These 2 weeks have been the best days of my life. Some of the worst too, but either way. If I let the hatred sour them now, I really will have lost everything. Aww. Just because they weren't real to CL doesn't make them false. As long as they mean something to me, they'll always be half true. It isn't a lot to die for, but if my life is the price, then so be it.
そんなことのために命を投げ捨てるんです。
そっか。
Damn.
やっぱり小さいかな。
I don't think she can do it. But it's the second most important thing I can think of. I rack my brain, but I can only think of one other thing I want. More time with CL?
私、いろいろな人を見てきましたけど、
She takes a step closer.
あなたほどバカな人は初めてでした。
She places the barrel of her gun over my heart. Oh, okay, never mind. She gotta kill us still. But she doesn't pull the trigger. Oh, okay. I wonder what's stopping her. She stares at me with hollow eyes. I've seen the same emotionless gaze several times now, enough to know that it doesn't mean that she's heartless. It's just that, when push comes to shove, she can't avert her eyes from the reality, so her only choice is to suppress her own emotions. She's right, I really am an idiot. Only now am I realizing that it's herself, not me, that this expression is meant to fool. Fool herself?
忘れていました。最後に懺悔を聞いておかないといけません。私、これでも神職ですから。
I feel like what this is gonna lead to is that this is gonna take up so much time, so much more time than the other route, that something else is gonna happen. It's gonna be something with Noelle or Arkwid or Arak. Though Arak seems like she's gonna sit out and let someone else do the stuff, so.
そうですか。懺悔なんてないけど、一つだけ聞いていいかな。
はい。手短にお願いします。
Will you go out with me? Oh my god!
すぐ済む。どうして先輩はそんなに泣きそうな顔をしてるのかなって。
Guess now she does have the glint in her eyes. She reacts with surprise. I sense the slightest tremble.
私は泣いてなんていません。
I'm not crying. I'm not sad. Her face is a vision of cold denial, but I cock my head in confusion. There's no denying the evidence of my eyes.
泣きそうな顔に見える。どうしてかわからないけど。
それはあなたの錯覚です。私は何も感じていませんから。
She's lying to herself. That was the real lie. Maybe I was right. Maybe I was right.
私にある感情は人間として死にたいというものだけです。それ以外の感情なんてない。
But you can't die a human's death if you don't have emotions. God! Her answer makes me desperately sad. How ironic. Now at the very end, I can see right through her.
ひどいな。最後まで先輩は俺に嘘をつくのか。
No reply. Her body goes still, as though she's frozen over.
あなたこそ嘘をついてる。ここで私に殺されることが望みなんて思ってはいないでしょう。
He's not ready for anything, man. It's just that all the choices he has available to him, he's not ready for any of them.
当然だろ、そんなの。死んだら何もないじゃないか。一応経験があるから、それぐらいは分かってる。本音を言えば生きていたい。けど、ただ生きているのはもうダメらしくて。
That's right. I'm all out of options. Even if I somehow got out of this crater alive, there's no hope waiting for me on the outside. All that remains of Shiki Tohno would soon disappear, and the tragedy of 13 years ago would play out again in Soya. But that's not what would hurt the most. It's that I'd have to live without Ciel. Oops. That, more than anything else, I couldn't bear.
今まですごく楽しかったんだ、先輩。有彦と俺と先輩でバカな話をしているときは悪くなかった。
Maybe he should have gone out with Arihiko instead.
時間でも先輩が来てくれるだけで夢みたいに楽しかった。
All I want is to have that back, even though I'll never see it come to pass.
俺はずっとあのままの時間が続いてほしかった。
As the words pass my lips, a deep peace comes over me. It might have only been an illusion. It might have never been more than a distant mirage. Mirage! But what is a mirage if not dearer for being more beautiful than reality? I'm far beyond anyone's help. Still, if I can die with that dream in my heart, perhaps that will be some kind of salvation. Oh, she's breaking. Idiotic, she whispers. Her gun shifts slightly in her hand. With a metallic creak, it presses harder against my chest. Just a little more, a fingernail's breadth, and it draw blood. Then she'll take one step forward, and this will all be over. but she stays where she is. Her unfeeling eyes bore into mine over the barrel of her gun. She bites her lip hard.
そっか。
It must be difficult with me staring back at her. I don't want her to see her like this any longer myself. Maybe if I can make things a little easier for her. I close my eyes and wait for the cold bite of steel. My heart pounds in my chest. Even my newfound acceptance isn't enough to dispel my sickness and my chills. Girl's like, no, Shiki, don't do this. I don't want to die. No, no. Ugh. My throat burns. My fingers tremble uncontrollably. Death at her hands is probably the best conclusion I could have hoped for, but I guess I'm a coward to the end. I try my best to still my breathing. One easy 10-centimeter thrust and I'll be nothing more than a lifeless sack of meat. My brain teetering on the brink of madness. My sharpened senses, my regenerating body. Everything tells me that my humanity is long gone. I should have known that this was coming, yet my heart is shuddering in fear. I wonder if there'll be anything left once this is over. I keep my eyes closed and try to hold myself still. It's probably hurt when the stick goes in. Terrified as I am, feeling nothing at all, not even fear, seems somehow even worse. Sweat beads on my forehead. Every fiber of my being is focused on not making a sound. I'll go quietly and cleanly into death. Hopefully that will spare some guilt. Oh, just do it already! I hear her breath.
どうして
A strained whisper.
どうしてそんな
The spike against my chest wavers.
私を恨まないでいられるんですか
Nah, not the spike. The waver is in her voice.
私はあなたを殺そうとしているんですよ。騙して裏切ってこうして残酷に追い詰めているのに、なんでそんな穏やかな顔してるんですか。あなたは
Crunch! Sail takes a step forward, but her bayonet stays put.
答えなさい。私はあなたを殺すんです。あなたの都合なんて関係なく、ただ一方的に殺そうとしているんです。ならせめて私を恨まないとあなたは報われないじゃないですか。
Aw, she's too good of a person. Oh man. She doesn't want Shiki to go out like this. But you see this in a lot of TV shows. They want their way of atoning for what they're doing is to have someone hate them, knowing that they have quote unquote sin. But Shiki's not budging. He's just kind of obtained an inner peace with his death, and she's like, no, this is not how. No, you're supposed to hate me. How am I gonna do this properly now? Her fiery voice goads me. It's not fair. I just made my peace with my fear, but this might cause me to break down.
それとも本当にバカなんですか、あなたは。私はあなたを汚らわしい吸血鬼として処理するんです。なのにどうして。
Why? I thought we'd been over this already.
だってそれは先輩のせいじゃないだろう。
Snick! The tip of her bayonet pierces my skin. A wet warmth blossoms across my chest. It's the same spot as my scar! Sparks burst in flesh of my every muscle, in the marrow of my every bone. All the headaches I've ever had pale next to this. My wound is shallow, but the corrosive touch of the seventh holy scripture flays my mind alive.
痛いでしょ。本来なら無痛で消してあげられるのに、こうしてわざとあなたを苦しめているんです。
Now hate me!
今まであなたに付き合わされた分、こうでもして楽しまないと帳尻が合いませんから。
You're annoying, man. Her voice cracks as she speaks. The bayonet digs deeper into my flesh. Sweat erupts from every pore in my body. I think my organs might spew out of my mouth.
ほら、私が憎いでしょ。だから早く恨んでください。
Very dark here.
私に裏切られたって 私なんか信用しなければよかったって言ってください。そうでないと私、あなたを殺すことができないじゃないですか。
I hear the desperation in her shaking voice. This all seems so backwards. Shouldn't she be relieved I'm not holding anything against her? Why is she so intent on being hated? It's like she needs to make herself the villain, as though she thinks that's her punishment. She's like a child on the verge of tears. I can't bear to add to her burdens.
まさか先輩を恨むことなんてできない。
やめてください。なんで最後までそんなことを言うんですか。悪いのは私で、あなたは被害者だって言うのに。
She's just as much of a victim as I am. However this turns out, I don't have long before Roa takes control. I have to kill him before that happens, before I repeat CL's mistakes. And if the only way is to die myself, then that's what I'll do.
いいんだ。先輩は悪くないよ。それよりごめん。こんな役目を先輩に押し付けて。
Just stop, she whispers, as the metal pressure on my chest withdraws a fraction of an inch.
ダメ。私はロアを見逃すことなんてできない。
Her bayonet sways, but I'm sure it will steady soon.
そんなこと許されないんです、トノ君。
The seventh holy scripture settles over my heart. I hear CL draw in a deep breath. Even with my eyes closed, I can feel her fingers squeezing the trigger. A metallic click announces my end, but in the instant before it comes,
ありがとう。
I thought he was gonna say senpai or CL. She's like, stop it! Every time we talk, it just makes me want to stop.
たとえ嘘でも先輩が先輩でいてくれてよかった。
I'll leave behind my last and dearest testament. Oh, damn. I'm calling it. She missed. Now I'm in more pain. I hear a voice. It's racked with sobbing. Inconsolable wailing, like you might hear from a child. Metal drops to the floor with a clang. A hole in the wall shows where a stake misses mark. The voice finally manages to rein itself in. I slowly open my eyes, knowing who it belongs to. The person before me isn't the CL of moments ago. She's just an ordinary girl, lost and alone, with tears trickling down her downcast face. Her hands are empty. Her weapon lies abandoned on the ground. The round that should have pierced my heart grazed my flank instead. CL cries and cries. Her shoulders heave with pained sobs.
先輩。
I call out to her.
ずるい。トノ君はずるい。あんなことを言うなんてずるいです。なんで私なんかを。
She struggles to speak through her tears.
できない。私、自分だっていつでも殺せるのに、あんなこと言われたらできない。
She covers her face with her hands.
ありがとう。なんて、そんな幸せな人を死なせるなんてやだ。
As though she's too ashamed to look at me.
先輩、そんなに泣かれると困る。
Or I'll just feel even more helpless. she was. I think. I think I was onto something. I think CL going to school and under the cover of trying to observe Shiki, was a fake. What's the right word? Fake identity. She made it so that she can follow Shiki and observe him. But as a result, I think it actually let her kind of be herself, be someone that's not an executor for once, and just a high school girl. Like basically what she would have been if she wasn't burdened with all this other vampire stuff. And now that she's like, I think she's probably actually fallen in love with Shiki as well. She just can't do it. At least not when Shiki's like that. She doesn't want him to forgive her for killing him because she feels like she's committed such a sin for killing someone for someone that's basically innocent. Okay. I'm going to spoil a game for a second because this actually reminds me of a moment from Fire Emblem Awakening. So I'll set up timestamp for what time to skip to, but I might go on for like, a few minutes. But this scene reminds me of a scene from Fire Emblem Awakening where basically the story is someone comes from the future to try to prevent a tragedy from occurring because the future has turned to shit. And it's because of this one being, which is like a dragon that has basically destroyed the country and all of her loved ones. So the character from the future is Lucina, which most people know because of Smash, and she is the daughter of the protagonist Chrom, as well as there's also a self-insert character who's commonly known as Robin. In this game, you could potentially be Lucina's lover or her mother, and basically once she finds out the cause of what allows Grima to or the dragon Grima to come back and basically destroy the world, she finds out that it's actually Robin, who is your character. And when that happens, she tries to kill you. She's like, this is going to be the best for the future because the future is terrible if this were to occur. Basically the same thing as what's happening to Shiki, where Shiki's going to turn to Roa, Robin kind of turns into Grima. And in every case where you the Robin character is not Lucina's lover or mother, then it becomes kind of like, okay, yeah, she's going to try to kill you, and the way you get out of this is that the protagonist, Chrom, kind of gets in the way, saying, we'll find another way. We have to, because this is someone I trust a lot and I don't want to lose them. But if you were Lucina's lover or mother, I know that sounds weird that you can be either or, but because of time travel shenanigans, it kind of works. She's not able to do it. She breaks down, similar to CL right now. Actually, they both have blue hair too. And she just can't do it because it's someone that it just straight up means a lot to her, or literally brought her into this world. So it really reminds me of that moment because she's saddled with like the similar choice that CL has to make. Okay, yeah, it really reminded me of that, and I never made that comparison before because, well, I didn't know this was gonna happen until just now. Anyways, spoiler done. Back to CL crying. That must have been the wrong thing to say. She lets out a wail and starts sobbing even harder. Come on, man. I made peace with my death, and now you won't let me die? This is no time to be second-guessing myself. Seized by the urge to comfort her, I take her arm and pull her close. Aww. This is really sweet, but because we've gone through a lot, and it just ended on a monologue, I think I'm going to stop here, actually. I think I'm going to stop here and basically see where this goes, because there are way too many unanswered questions. I am sure there's going to be more. Looking at the flowchart, we're currently here. Oh man, I'm glad I didn't look at the flowchart earlier because that would have spoiled the scene a little bit for me. It is very nice to see CL so emotionful. Wait, emotionful? Is that even a word? Okay, full of emotion, whatever. It's really nice to see that because, like, I'm not gonna lie, at the moment I will say I think I do like Arkwood more because a lot of her feelings seemed a lot more genuine, and CL, it just seemed like, a perfect senpai, someone who is always there to help you out, but because because she literally tried to make it seem like she was always there, a lot of it seemed a little fake. And I mean, now we know why. It's because it kind of was. But it was harder for me to like her as much as I liked Arcwood. I ended up really liking Arcwood because of the inner struggle she had to go through. Also just because of how bubbly she was with Shiki. And like the interactions they had together were a lot more fun to witness, but also a lot more charming. While here it was just kind of like, it was more of a senpai kohai thing with, and yeah, you can definitely see why Shiki falls in love with CL, but I just didn't feel it as much. I feel like the way that Shiki fell for CL was a lot more natural, but I think as like a best girl candidate, I think I'd end up liking Arcwood more. So Neko Arc, you win this time. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end it here for today because a lot of stuff happened, and I feel like I'm on the route to the, basically to the ending. I really hope that the game's not gonna end like in the next scene or anything, because I don't know how long this is gonna be, and the other ending ended day 14, and just judging by the number of events, it should be over by now, but there's still a little bit more. So yeah, I really hope that there's still a decent bit more, at the very least for another episode. I don't know if the next one will be the last, but yeah, I'll continue with this story next time. Until then, I will be seeing you. See ya!